Hello again, and welcome back. And yes, I painted this off camera. Because, well, originally I kind of didn't intend to do this on camera, but also the base coat, I don't even count how many coats there were, because that was a big old pain in the booty. Maybe not as bad as I exaggerated it to be, but it was a lot of layers of not fun. So I'd just kind of slap on a layer, let it dry, slap on a layer, let it dry. And sometimes I just kind of do it in between things, or as I'm walking by, just slap another layer on. Because it just kind of works out, especially if I don't have time to sit down, but I can just slap a quick layer on, so that that's one less I have to do later. Excuse me. This is me blending. I am well aware that the way I blend uses a lot of water, and my phone is still attached to this case, or inside of it, I guess would be the better way to put it. Anyway, blendy. I actually didn't mind how this blend came out, and quite frankly, I've often lately feel like when I paint and try and blend things like that, I try to achieve a very unrealistic level of blending. Like, maybe I'm trying to make a blend that doesn't even exist, or is possible to do? Question mark? I don't know. But, yeah, so, I wanted to add, some sort of little drippy droops up here. And so you can see my teeny tiny little sketch next to me. And I kept having to reference back, okay, wait, which one was I on? And eventually I'd put, a little dot by the one I did, so that kind of helped me keep track. Several mistakes happened here. It didn't seem like a mistake in the moment. At least this part. It just kind of went downhill from here, though. Yay! There was just a not easy project. And it wasn't necessarily that I was painting directly on a phone case that made it hard. The phone case has a lot of texture to it. And so, with the blending, trying to not allow that texture to take over the blend was probably the hardest part of that. And at this point, I'm just trying to, play with the thickness of the lines. Maybe they were too thin. Some maybe felt like they should extend all the way to the top. And then I took out some purple and added a little bit of shadows in the back. I'm not 100% sure what I was trying to picture with this part, but I knew I was picturing some sort of a ribbony, droopy thing. And this was not it. Nothing I did to try and improve this thing actually improved it. It just kept being well, maybe if I add this, it'll be better. Do I like it? Hey friends, I did a thing. I think it looks kind of stupid. What do you think? There was a lot of that going on. And, yep, nope, it's getting worse. We're getting worse before we get better? Potentially. Well, I do like what I did afterwards more than what I got going on now. It just... Well, I'll talk about that when I get there. Because we're still on this mess right now. I'm also aware that, yes, I got paint all over the area I wasn't planning on painting, but I haven't cleaned that up yet. I will get to that when I can get to that. Because quite frankly, I think I might want to add another layer of Mod Podge on, but I might also want to try and do a little more repainty paints on there. So we'll see what happens. And just for the heck of it, I painted a little bit on the front. It started off this really nice kind of warm purple, but then it dried. And at the time, I didn't really like it. But now that it's fully dried and I got a layer of Mod Podge on there, I do like that shade of purple. I do think maybe... Well, I already got paint on top of the Mod Podge. Did not mean to. Just kind of happened. But I should maybe consider adding another layer of Mod Podge. I'm mostly just worried that even though I've added on the back multiple layers of Mod Podge... Oh, yeah, this is me lining up colors for the new idea I was working on. But yeah, I do kind of worry that no matter how many layers of Mod Podge I got going on, that it's still not going to be enough. Well, we'll see what happens. I drop my phone a lot, okay? The guy at Walmart was like, yeah, we're gonna do this case for you. It's like, I feel like I'm in jail. This case is huge and kind of heavy on my wrist compared to the, well, I usually get like these thin, cheap plastic clear cases so that I could just stick whatever I wanted behind it, but not this time. So I'm kind of rebelling, and this is what happened. And I just wanted a nice selection of colors, and I wanted it to be like a nice arrangement of colors, like in order, look nice. And honestly, I don't really have a problem with the colors I've chosen or how I've arranged them. I feel like it's a fairly typical design, though. Like, if you're thinking like an abstract art, which I don't normally do abstract, and I don't normally do quite this type of, I don't, style, question mark again? I don't know what I'm talking about. But it's just, I don't know. Like, I do like it. I do think maybe at some point I should have quit while I was ahead, looking at the final product. And I suppose, yes, I could go back and fix that. Like, I guess I feel like I lost some of the pink where the pink was. But again, it just, I don't know, it just feels like a very typical thing going on. But here's what I got so far. I ran out of time to do much more. So, yeah, that's the front where I got the paint on. I think I might go back and just paint over that blend into the solid pink and maybe add some stars or something past that. The plan was to add some pins, but none of that was happening because nothing wanted to cooperate, and paint is apparently not what you use on Shrinky Dinks. And until then, you know what? I will see you guys next week. My Need to Update merch shop will be down below along with my Discord. Bye-bye!